Oopsies. I need to pull up the gate back there. Please, please, hello? Load? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Hooray. I need to move my microphone. Actually, really bad. Let's see, the game capture. Is that reading audio at all? Hello? Audio? Audio? Hello? Oh, Discord is still making noises. Why are you not in streamer mode? Hello? Discord, streamer mode, please. Stream mode, please. Please. Thank you. Thank you for stream mode. Yay. Okay. We're probably... Ooh, that sounds lovely, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. Now we're right up on the pussy, and we're good. You hear that? Yeah. I shouldn't be allowed to talk. Let's see. I'm gonna put a quick compressor on this. Actually, I think we're just gonna. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Position. We want a nice little cardioid. Yep, that is in fact what we're on. Gain. Pop filter, yeah. Boom arm, yeah. Shock mount, sure. Filters, thank you. Noise gate, suppression. The compressor, thank you. Let's see. Yeah, alright, that's probably fine for that. And then, let's get a little bit of noise suppression going. Just because I know that I tend to have some background noises, and also, you can hear that. I know you can. It's not great. I don't think so, and I'm gonna just constantly be bumping this, and hopefully it'll catch some of that. And then, I don't think I need a gate though. I don't know if that's working out. How do we sound, gentlemen? I don't know. Is the chat like actually? Oh, yeah. No, I have to do that for every single one, don't I? Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is not what I wanted to see. Thank you. Yikes. That's a lot of HTML that I didn't want to look at. They're like, oh, you just need to get it from the provider. And I don't want... don't want to go all the way there and do that. It just sounds like a pain in the ass. Ugh. This one. No thanks. I'm live right now. Thank you. I want my chat link, please. on my phone so that I can take it and go put it in the... Nope, I have to do it on my computer. Great, cool, fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. The largest of size. Anyway, hi. How's everyone doing today? There's no one in here yet because I haven't tweeted anything and I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Then again, when am I not talking to myself? I think that's part of the charm. Sometimes I just sit here and talk to myself, and sometimes I sit here and talk to you. It's like we're hanging out in a room. Let's see. What's everyone doing today? Ooh, there's no one in here yet because I haven't tweeted anything, and I'm just... Ooh, my microphone sounds very nice. Very nice. Pop-out chat. Link. Please and thank you. Copy that. Wait, hold on, I want it to be this one. Copy that, copy that. Okay, let me come over here, and then I click here, and then I do well, then I do this, and I hit OK. And then the chat is over there. Alright, I really wish I could make that box go away without just fucking up everything, but, you know, whatever. Interact, you go away. No, add participants. Okay, well, that's gonna stay like that, I guess. Perfect. There we go. Excellent, excellent. And then I can close this, and we can actually get to the game. Yes. Fan-fucking-tastic. Just copy this and go tweet it. Blidio blames. Blidio blames. Hmm. This one. Paste. There we go. Yeah. Okay. We game. 1-800 we game. Let me make sure the audio on this is like audible. How's that? Oh, good. Excellent. Perfect. We do want subtitles because we're real people. I've played this game before. I've played this game a great many times. And I like it. I like it a lot. I never finished the second one. Gorgeous. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. I forgot where the channel I was looking for is. Boop. There we go. Mental Gen. It's video game time. Imagine a world where this wasn't happening. Okay. The story in the Banner Saga changes based on choices you make. You will... Oh, I didn't read that fast enough. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun. If I put my headphone close enough to the microphone, can you hear it? Am I doing damage to my ears?
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli meðal vor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Oh ho ho, oh ho 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 ho. We are speaking to a governor. Oh, that 2D animation, baby. Hey, how's my audio? Are we audible? We look kind of loud on my end, but last time I thought I was loud, I was really quiet, so... We're getting yelled at. You arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking for a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. Look at this bear! Look at this guy! Holy shit! Your portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. Shield banger. Movement happens before action. This ring shows the shield banger. Where the shing... This... Fuck. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger's active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The horned allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Ally targets are blue, the enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The number beneath each icon, 2, 5, show you the damage you will do to that stat. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to take more damage in the future. The enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength, then confirm your choice. Dead. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Despite being at full strength, The chieftain will do a little damage against your shieldbanger's high armor. Now it's your warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of these enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking the gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath the enemy show how close you'll have to be to get in range. Move your warhawk into attack range now. Do you like my tutorial voice? I'm doing my best. Standard attacks only give a single enemy, but your warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your warhawk's tile to access his ability. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and end turn. Click the ability icon now. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy, then confirm your choice. Tempest. Strike adjacent enemies in a spin attack. Normal strength damage to 2 adjacent enemies, going clockwise from the target. So clockwise is... Wait, is it, I guess it's that one. I feel like that wasn't clockwise. I'm gonna be honest. God, I really love this bear up at the top left corner. He's making me very happy. That made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only 1 enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each player moves in order, and each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to attack twice in a row. I need this to be like under my... Hold on, we're gonna be terrible for a minute. I need this to be like under my chair is the problem, and it can't be under my chair to get to me. If a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shieldbanger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. Click the fist, then the stars above the fist to add power. The number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stat. You'll see the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click a star, then click the green checkmark to kill this enemy. Die! Ha 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 ha! Dead. I feel like I'm loud to myself. 6 renown.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the threats arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more threats to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
There we go. Let's call that good. Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, is it? It is. I'm just here for the tithe. What do you want? We can be polite. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. It seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse. We've got lots of irons in the fire. What does he want, exactly? Skull things that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out the chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Click the market tent to visit the merchant. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-face houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scoffling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. When you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. Eric, need some help here. I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everyone thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? Yeah, sure. You toss a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you in surprise. Had gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I'd like is the name of a place. Nobleman, up east by the wall, but that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel. Disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Goodolf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look like a frog. No reason. They look good. You look like a frog, Goodolf. They look good. I'm glad you care. Goodolf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust him, Had, but he used to be scuffling. If they're licking the wounds, they're probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hole? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Oh, where is this place again? Nobleman is halfway up the hill towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Whee! You arrive in front of what must be Nobleman. After a few minutes later, Eric appears, where the weather-beaten man introduces Valgard. I'll point them out. Eric says over his shoulder, Ready? You're walking through the front door. They ran to a meat house, says Valgard. I'll be surprised if they can stand up right now. Okay, here we go. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scofflings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead stains in the process. Fight! 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 Alright, let's fuck them up. Actually, I want you closer over here. I was hoping for more of a fight. I was hoping for more of a fight than this. Look at them. It's gonna be butchery. Oh, you don't need to do that. Have I not? Fuck him up? Jesus, Gunno. One swing, 12 damage. Fuck him. Ow. Renown! Get the hell out of Dodge! Fuck him up, fuck him up. 1-800, fuck him up. Ripped at the tutorial, guys. I am different. Thank you. Okay, Renown. Kennel! There they are. Gods be damned, I've got to wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's windows onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for Jarl Kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long? Makes things a little more sense. You'd hoped I'd have stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrived. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there's no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask for one more favor? What is it? If you happen to stall our guests down at the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Valgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mass. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down by the docks. Ooh. Gentlemen! Hello, gentlemen. Wagner. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version trampling the halls of Grolfheim, abundant in purpose. Oh god, what do you sound like? Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Wagner, there must be a Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old ox. At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Your nerve demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Groflim. Speaking of, I've no sense you are so far from home. Just returned from Arborang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden Wolf head emblazoned in red, the king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son, Luden. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. So you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I've finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where's Moger? Hakon, have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. He's the only one without a beard. Of course Hakon has some catty homoeroticism. There's a Wagner, you Hakon, you know exactly what this is. Yeah, absolutely. What the fuck? The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Luden looks for all the world the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think. Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it's been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Wagner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Click a talk icon to converse with one of your heroes. Scrivener. You find Hakon in a mead house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl, but rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Wagner is the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the round collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprise. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Humans. I guess if I lived as long as Yoxfart, I might be desperate to make something of myself, too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swathe through Dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here, I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the mead house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. It was a nice little conversation that I didn't need to do anything for. Oh, Christ. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Luden. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Luden. Yes, you're with Wagner? I don't remember you. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back to Grofheim with my guards. Luden looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? I just introduce myself. You collect taxes for the Varl territories. A true pleasure. Yes. Awkwardness hangs in the air like a thick fog. You take the opportunity to depart. Hi, I'd like to take a nap. At dawn, you were woken by delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supplied leathers. All there, just as promised, to your mild surprise. You wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner is already here. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moger steps forward, Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly. In charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. Fuck yeah, we are! You follow Moger and the others. You're just fun to be nicer! Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would have been enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort, just frustrated, tired people. Summarizes Strand well as a whole, you think. Check it out, we're leaving! Strand. And now we go. Yes, look at our fucking banner! Yeah! Oh shit, we walking. 1-800, we are walking. Vetterfell. We're almost to Vetterfell. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Moger, cracking open meat casks, from our gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the meat is passed through camp. We can drink a little, we can drink a lot, we could toast to Wagner. Hey, shout out to Wagner. Yeah, I think we're going, hey, shout out to Wagner. Raise your drink, toasting in the alliance between man and Vara. The others join in. Linden's expression is like a stone wall, but the others laugh at your exaggerations. Eventually, you sit down beside Wagner. We'll give it a chat. Thanks for the speech, slurs Wagner. Which party member am I going to eat first when I'm out of supplies? Ludin, obviously, look at him. Fuck that guy. Looks like you didn't have to miss out after all. Thanks to Moger. I thought the damned governor would never shut up. Did he give you the history of the entire family? He tried, and he asked me to clean up his mess. For your benefit, it turns out. I'd have given the job to you, too. Gods, there's no joy in politics. Speaking of, what happened after this business with Ludin? Hopefully the boy goes back to Arberang on his own, and I can take out some frustration on Dredge or something. Starting to sound like Hagen. You don't like the life of a diplomat. Don't you miss the fight, Uben? You down your meat instead of replying. Wagner slouches and shakes his head. There's no great joy in killing Dredge, but this... Pretty sure this nonsense is some scheme between the two kings to force some kind of lineage. Used to be, warriors would follow you for what you've done. Isn't that why they follow you now? Is it? Is it because I'm the next in line? These lines are getting muddy, old Varl. They've always been muddy, Wagner. Wagner stares into the campfire, lost in thought. You leave him to it. Dude, he's drunk. Don't leave him to it. That's no good. You rise groggily at the campsite of a casualty of merriment. Moger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Luton stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Wagner. You're needed. It's Luton. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. It's gonna show us on a map. Oh shit, a map. This is the map of the world. You can explore it by dragging the mouse to pan, using the mouse wheel to zoom. The location of your caravan is indicated here by Uben's icon. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, look at all this shit. Spirits of the water. While the land has plenty of myths of its own, nothing seems to stick in the imagination like water. Lost longships, illusions, madness, and the terror of the unknown all start in the waters. If the gods are not involved, it must be the spirits. When you are finished researching the world map, click this button to return to travel or camp. Got it. The East Wick is unique, and then it starts as freshwater and becomes less drinkable the closer to Swartbog. From the bay, one can even see clear waters churning as they enter Rotford and suddenly turn dark, thick, and hazy. Neat. Though it was never much to speak of in the first place, Reich is one of the few towns that has been wholly abandoned, leaving empty houses and barren fields in its wake. As a result, the entire road from Haugstrup to Skoger is overgrown and unused, rarely seeing travelers of any sorts. Haugstrup. From atop a hill, Haugstrup is named for the many hawks that circle past the tall pines in the loft they sit in that lets them see down on the Valley Toes Boardsguard. The town has never had many residents, but has been steadily growing since helping to construct the High Pass. Stein's March. Not content to stop in Stromlund, a man named Stein hoped to find land as rich as Arberang along the new coast. Instead, he found bog. All the way up the coast he went, until ice covered the trees. This is far enough, said Stein, and he stopped in Skoger. Frostvaler. Once sitting on the bank of a wide lake, when Nordsfelling turned to waste, the city of the Frostfeller became a tattered bastion, blasted by the freezing winds that roll through the valley. Those who still live here are not known for their hospitality, because it's cold as shit. Settlerlund. They had such high hopes for Settlerlund, the new kingdom of man and Varl, they called it, rounding up anyone who yearned for a land of their own. Whole clans and families took their caravans banished to the untamed frontier. Then the Nordfelling Lake disappeared, the trees withered beneath Arctic winds, and the crops would not grow. Skoger. Descents of Sten, unable to cultivate good yields or find much fish in the frozen murk of the Ba Harbor. Nevertheless, scratched out and living from the beasts of the forest, where they erected stone to Hridvalir. Are we there yet? Valka At the Great War's end, it was the Valka, the first Menders, who would push the dredge so far in the north that they were no longer a threat. Some believe the Valka committed genocide of an unfathomable magnitude. Others believe the dredge were forced to return underground, for not even they can survive these bleak, lifeless ice plains. In any case, if the dredge could be said to inhabit any lands, it's those named after their vanquishers. Grofheim. Last home of the Varl, and seat of their power, founded by Arnfnir, the second Varl king. Though the Varl have moved around a lot, most consider Grofheim their capital. The deeds of Varl are honored here, and warriors of worth are buried at the foot of the Two Spears, where they are said to become part of the Varl's March itself. Two Spears. An unusual gap in the Varl's March mountains look like two great spears at a gate. For decades, it became a bloody corridor between the Varl forces and the dredge to the north until the second Varl king, Arnfnir, endeavored to build a sprawling fortress here, which would eventually become Grofheim, the Varl capital. Varl's March. Cradle of Grofheim is named for their belief that each Varl of worth buried in King's Barrow becomes the bones of the mountains, eventually forming a new peak on the range. The size of each peak, it was said, would vary depending on the worth of the Varl. Skyhorn. Above Grofheim, built Skyhorn, arguably the most valuable tower in the fight against the dredge, as it stands as a gateway between the civilized lands of the Steppes of Silence, where the dredge were thought to have been pushed for the final time during the Great Second War. Even now, great numbers of Varl are positioned here to hold back any possible incursions. Hron. The long snowfields, tall mountains, and sparse woods of Hron used to be the gathering place of dredge during the Second Great War. As Varl pushed them ever northward, they took the land and settled it themselves, preferring the cold expanses over the warm, busier lands of men to the south. Now the territory is almost entirely Varl. Varl. Anyone? Let's see. Here's this. Here's Stromlund. Rundwall was once a vast nation. The Civil War divided mankind, and a leader named Strom set out for the east, intent on creating a new kingdom there. The dream died with Strom, the lands would be unified again, but the name stuck. Stromlund. Rundwall. In the Great First War, men and Varl fought viciously for Rundwall's abundant farmlands and coasts overflowing with fish. Only with the help of the Menders would Rundwall eventually become home for Arberang, the capital of men, and Manhar, where the Menders could gather in council. And here's Arberang. And then Stromlund, and then Dalaland, a land of valleys where the Horseborn withdrew during the Great Wars and now roam in Nordic packs. The warmer lands to the south are sprawling and empty as they are unexplored. Longships that have sailed to its coast have found little reason to return. Swartbog. Stinking mire and mud and marsh, and a crushing disappointment to Strom the other early men hoping to carve out new land for themselves in the east. Even the Horseborn do not linger where the earth pulls the unwary into the ground with every seeping step. Brackish Sea. Not much is said about the Brackish Sea, except for occasionally at least just not the Brackish Sea, or as long as we don't end up in the Brackish Sea. By no means the most treacherous waters, they are widely held as least pleasant, thick as sludge, and equally fragrant. Green Sea. Of all the water passages, the Green Sea is less well known. Seafarers may spend one day nauseous from the stench and another stuck in ruddy shallows, weeks away from anywhere worth going. In short, there's no practical reason to go there. The Vast. The waters to the west were named not for their reach, but for their depth. Longships lost even somewhat close to the shore are best considered gone to the depths forever. The cardinal directions. Early did mankind begin sailing up and down the coast, but also out into the vast, searching for new continents. Of many secrets the early sailors learned was the sunstone, which helped them to deduce the direction they were sailing, even with the sun shrouded behind the clouds. The constellations. While the constellations at one time represented not only gods but a way to navigate at night, since the gods have died, the stars form nothing but random faint patterns. Rest in peace, gods. Transportation. Longship and horse once ruled. The waterways became mapped out, horses were eradicated by horseborn, cities became landlocked, and man and varl became more accustomed to walking, with great pack animals called yaks, or never leaving at all. Strait of Harrows is one of the more aptly named passages, watery grave to hundreds of longships that endeavor to explore the frozen north or find northerly passage to the east coasts. The ever-shifting ice flows and glaciers make the strait nearly unmappable, and soon, without much reason to pass through in the first place, became unused. Longships. They are better at hauling goods than raiding or pillaging. There's been more need for freight and less need for fight. Sailing and navigation. At one time when the world was unknown and changing, the arts of sailing and navigation were desired. Many trade routes are very valuable today. There's nothing left to discover. And those who sail out there rarely find anything. Or come back. Fiska Bay. There's a bay for fish. Okay. I think we've clicked everything that I have the endurance to click on for now. So we're here, and we're at Vetterfell, named Bad Weather. The gales that blow in from the bay and around the mountain peaks keep Vetterfell in a generally unpleasant state. What really cemented the name was the kind of person who would live there, men cast out from Strand for one reason or another with nowhere else to go. We're taking the Wandering Road. The last of the First Great War, the Varl had more to contend with than man in the south. Above the Bratterbeck Peaks, the lands crawled with furious, war-minded dredge. The first Varl king, Einar, led the entire Varl race from the snowy fields of the Wandering Road, sweeping away dredge as they went before forming the first Varl kingdom at Eintoroft. The home of the first Varl king, Einar, carved his empire into the crook of the Bratterbeck and Wormskill Mountains. The Varl fortress, home of the rock itself, eclipses all but the greater accomplishments in the north. I guess we're going this way up to, well, ultimately we're going to Arborang. So I guess actually we're not going that way. We're going this way, and then down the Long Haul Road. Most traveled road on the western course is Long Haul, connecting the cities of Arborang, Strand, and vital farms in between. Not surprisingly, it's also used to be the most dangerous until the two cities became more tame and civilized. In modern times, that honor now goes to the Eastway Road, near Borsgard. Before ship trade became popular, the South Bridge at Strand was the single most contentious location in the human territories, often choked with bodies of fallout from merchants and bandits, as well as occasional Varl, until the governor of Strand started charging exorbitant tolls for goods to pass here, driving traders to waters instead. Oh, wait, hold on. No, we are going this way, because we have to go up to Two Spears. Grofheim. So I guess maybe we're going up this way, actually, past the Hanged Man. Curious formation of a pink straddled on two sides by natural passes. Singular snow-capped summit alone, between them stands lonely and alone. And then up this way to Two Spears? Grofheim? And then back this way and down to Arborang, I think. I think that's how that's gonna go. Okay. We head north and east past the forts. Grofheim's bar from Strand. Gonna be a long march. You should have drank last night, Luden. Why not take the ships to Skymirstead? What's the point of marching? Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad, though. We could have shown you the wonders of Skymirstead. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge prints. Dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Luden exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats the tent's flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the ant-hill of Agner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Luden's got a shorter wick than Hakon. Wagner voice. I'm gonna mention him by name in my suicide note. Thanks, Vognir. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vetterfell if we're lucky. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel, you can enter camp at any time by tapping a camp button on the travel HUD. While at camper in town, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in the hero's tent. You can pass time using the rest tent. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. High morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies to only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out any characters in a mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back out on the road. Heroes. For tutorialing. Click on a unit to view stats, promote ranks, and learn about abilities. Well, Yunulf was ready to fucking update. The unit has points available to spend on improving stats. Activate one of the plus buttons above. So this is the break. This is what... Why does it make noises? Activate one of the plus buttons above. Yeah. I want to read this. Points available indicates how many stat points are available. Break is the amount of damage you naturally do to an enemy's armor. Exertion is the amount of willpower you can use in any given action. Willpower is spent to move farther, hit harder, and perform your ability, but does not replenish. Strength is both damage and health. If strength drops to 0, the unit falls unconscious. Armor blocks damage. Your strength, their armor, damage. Abilities are the unique powers this class wields. Click on an icon for more information. Lore is where you go to learn more about this character. Click for more information. Click the plus and minus to add or remove points. Kills needed to promote to the nearest rank. Renown is gained from defeating enemies and can be spent to upgrade your characters. Thank you. Okay. Let's get his defense up into the double digits, I think. If I'm not mistaken, it's really easy to accidentally kill Gunnulf. And as such, I shouldn't invest too much in Gunnulf, but he also hits really hard. And so it's hard to be like, oh, Gunnulf. Let's do a little bit of training, I think. I'm gonna do a little bit of training, and then I'm gonna go to, we'll take a quick 5, and then training. Look, here's Ubin. Is this good? I think this is fine. Yeah. Give him a fucking nice big whack. Hit them hard enough and their friends will feel it. Hit them hard enough and their friends will feel it. now we walk. Walk, walk, walk,
Winterfell.
walk.
Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
Are you ready to... I'm gonna crunch some peanuts real quick, and we're not gonna talk about it, okay? Okay? Just so everyone's aware. I'm just gonna... Org. Not so little Varl for some missing cattle. What? A couple days back we sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until he sinks in that you aren't here on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up the hills carrying them away. Don't know how many men can hoist a whole cow by himself. Skulflings out here, maybe. Could they have Varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm gonna take a look around and get camp set up. Peasant spits, his eyes anxiously dotting about its caravan, sets up tents. We'll be here no more than a day. There's a silver for any food you got. For hundreds of Varl, are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. I'm thinking of squatting. Not enough room for a couple hundred hunters here. Forget hundreds of... Shut up. Hear that? Where's Luden? It's faint. Sounds like fighting and something else. Hakon takes off at a run. No! Oh Christ, Hagen. Deflected attacks do no damage. From here on out, you'll fail catastrophically if you don't break armor. Damaging both strength and armor is equally important. Also, Hakon gets one shot on purpose! Yay! Not Hakon. That's Luden. God, this music is so menacing. Forgot about this. Horn. Got him. Nice. Moger is ready for promotion, and so is Hakon. Yay! Gunnulf is also ready for promotion again. Thanks, Gunnulf. You trying to get yourself killed, Luden? What are you doing? I was trying to get a shot in between the plates. You never seen Dredge before, boy. What kind of idiot? Break the armor first. Where did they come from? I didn't even see them. They were just there. Haken goes to where Wagner lies face down. The future Varl King lies motionless aside from a spreading pool of blood. Wagner is dead. Chapter 2. Cut with keen-edged sword. Now we're in Skoger. Where did that thing come from? Shh, stay close. I think it saw us. Oops. We killed the king. Deployment happens before battle. Click your units to deploy them within the squares. Click ready to start the battle. Mark prey. Does break damage. All allies within range mark. Attack the marked target. Light step to move through allies. Puncture. Bonus strength damage when stationary. Thread the needle. Hits all units between the archer and the target, doing bonus armor break damage. Careful, don't get too close. The orange square indicates the range of units' attack. Archers like Rook and Alette have a much longer range than melee units. Don't get too close. Woo! Sometimes you have to, like, tell someone to do something and then immediately not do that thing, and I need you to understand that, okay? Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the ox bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance that direction. Oh, that food. That's the last we're going to get before winter. What do we do? Don't run. Let me think. If we hurry, we can gather them before more dredge appear. I can see them in the trees. Are you sure about this? No, we have to try. Be quick. Alette calms the ox while you frantically toss supplies back into the cart. More dredge emerge, but you manage the cart moving before they can close in. The claws of figures slowly recede in the distance. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When the supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. The more people in the caravan, the faster supplies will diminish. You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display at the top of the screen. Most towns will have supplies to sell, as well as a few items.
expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north?
What happened at the north?
Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
We must find Ivor. Ivor. Arr. Arr. Skarsgård. Ho 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 ho. Skyvim. Ivor. The enormous varl in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Already back, Huntmaster. Thought you'd be tomorrow. Dredge! Everywhere! Dredge. How did they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. Fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around. Damn it! They'll be here soon if they're not already. You hear screams. From the outskirts, people are running towards the Great Hall. Ivor turns to one of the older boys in his group of fighters. Egil, take Alette to the Great Hall, tell the chieftain what's happening. Rest of you, gather up as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. No, wait, I want to help. Go with Egil. Alette. Let them fight, Ivor. Ooh, you want to put your daughter in danger so bad? Why not invite some goats to join us, too? You're asking for dead kids. I won't let anything happen to her. They'll have to deal with it sooner or later, Ivor. What now? Ugh. Egil, keep your shield up. We just hold them off until everyone's inside, then we figure out what to do next. More shouts draw your attention to some houses atop a nearby hill. Exclamation point. Houses! Hold on, we're just gonna AFK real quick. I'll be back shortly. I do just fucking... This is the wrong headset that I just put on. I have multiple headsets and I did just put on the wrong one. So that I fucking love this guy. Right? They're like, here's this guy, his name is Rook. And I'm like, I adore him. Sure enough, dreads are gathering in number. Fear threatened to bubble up into panic. How long do we need to keep this up, you ask? Ivor shakes his head unknowingly. That's a bad sign. So we've got Rook, Alette, Ivor, and Eggle. There's a bracelet. Alette's bracelet. Lovingly made by a hunter's wife to keep her daughter safe from harm. +1 armor, +1 strength, +1 will. Here, Alette, you can have it. It's yours. There you go. Yay! Okay, turn order. I want Eggle and Ivor to get into position first, and then... No, let's go Ivor, Rook, Eggle, Alette. Yeah. The one with the shield looks like trouble. Got a battering ram that knocks back up to 4 tiles, plus a break per unit that they pass through, so don't really want to do that. Ow, my shins. Uh-oh. Shit. Oh, my desire to bitch out and reload. Oh, I'm gonna bitch out and reload. Day 4, is that... This is today? This should be earlier. We're just gonna scrub save real quick, no one look at me. Stop looking at me. Sometimes you just gotta scrub save a little bit, okay? Don't fucking look at me. Okay, so we want you like here, and we want Eggle up here as well because he's got the shield. Rook just a little behind that, and Alette like back here. Okay. Let me handle him. Sorry about the audio things that just happened there. No, don't handle it! Okay! Ow! Why? No, don't do that. Wait. God damn it. This is not... I'm, like, nervous. I'm so bad at strategy games. Yay, no one died this time. And only Eggle is ready for promotion. Fuck me. 6 renown, though. Fuck yeah. Difficulty. If you're having a bitch of a time, you can change the difficulty in the menu. Doesn't change anything, which is nice, actually, I think. I might see what difficulty I'm on and go down, but I'm also really worried that, Black Horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back. And then adds, Rook, I'm doing one more check of the houses here. See if you can find anyone else. Okay. So you turn to head back. A colossus appears over the side of the house. Silently looms over Let, its face an expressionless, stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it might have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back an enormous mace. Shoot! 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 As though second nature, you knock an arrow. Let is standing directly between you and the dredge, making the shot perilous as best. If you're off by a few inches... Shoot! You let go, second passes like an eternity. The arrow bounces off its face, inches from what you think is an eye. Recoils, then turns upon Let again. Eggle rushes to her side. Ivor throws himself between them, catching the mace on his shield and returns the favor, crushing the dredge's head with his shield point. When the dust settles, you can see that everyone's alright. Let's get out of here, says Ivor, as he goes to check the last few houses nearby. Rook, see if you can find any more survivors and meet me on the front hall. I did not deserve the W. You find anyone? A few. Send them inside. Gods, this is bad. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wound your way out of talking about Dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you, they'll rarely stop for a rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? The Great Wars. Ask the Menders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Rook, my beloved. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now? Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. Rook. Rook? What does this guy sound like? Help. Ho ho? Rook, thank the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you both do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done. Rook? I trust Ivor on this. Chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagined us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If Dredge are coming down from the north. Frostvillier, to the west. It's close and it has walls. I've made some decisions, says Clyde, apparently. Fuck you! I intend to be free of Skoger in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a diversion, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostvillier. That sounds like suicide, Ivor. Let's do as the chieftain says. Ivor's right. I'll help with the distraction. What if we set the town on fire as we left? Do we abandon the storehouse? Okay. I need everyone that's sitting in my chat right now. I need you all to look at me. Look me in the eyes. Now look at Rook. Look at Rook in the eyes. How much of an arsonist is this man? How much does this man like fire, do you think? How much do you think that this man has been holding, like, in the seat of his heart as the chief hunter of the town for years and years and decades at this point, that he has wanted to burn this place to the ground? You think fire is for weenies. Why is it for weenies? Why would it be for weenies? I'm just trying to decide if he looks like the kind of guy that's been holding on to, like, secret arson desires for years. Because the thing is, like, I could, like, strategically be like, yeah, okay, I could see the point of, like, setting the fire as, like, a strategy thing. But what if, and hear me out, he just wanted to do that. Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on Frostvillier. Is that better? Is that more Ivor? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on Frostvillier. No, more like for secret. Oh, no, sorry. You don't have an A key, so you're using the 4. Okay. Nah, more like a secretly killed a chief kind. Okay. With the virus stopping the dredge, it would have to be for you. Okay, it would have to be for... Yeah. Is he a secretly killed a chief to fuck his wife? Or just a secretly killed a chief? Secretly fuck that guy, I hate the chief. Because see, I've been sitting on this, I've played this game before, and I'm firmly sitting at the camp that, I'm sitting in Rook Ivor hell. I think that's the play. But I'm pretty sure the game's play is Rook the chieftain's wife. Not Rook is the chieftain's wife, but Odalette, and Rook get together in the end. I think is what the game wants. Which they're wrong. But Chief talks like that. Yeah, the Chief does talk like that. Kill the Chief. Ivor's right. I'll help with the distraction. The chieftain thinks. I didn't ask for... I didn't ask for advice just to ignore it. Promise you're not throwing away your lives on this. That wasn't part of my plan. Ivor? Nope. Then I'm coming with you. That catches you by surprise. Rook is the chieftain's wife. No! No, Rook is not the chieftain's wife. Shut up! That catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin but doesn't argue. From the training she's given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine! I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. We're not marrying the chieftain. Shut up. I want Gil with us, says Ivor. If something happens to us, I need him to tell the chieftain. Ivor goes off to find him. Alette finds you. I know what you're doing. You have to let me come, she says. Don't leave me, please. I'll be good. Not this time. It's too dangerous. Okay, Alette. Just promise to listen. You killed the chieftain's wife with rooks and widowers. I'm pretty sure Rook is a widower. And also, Rook being the chieftain's wife route isn't real. Shut up. Not this time, it's too dangerous. Are we bringing our daughter head on into, Hold on, I need you to clarify, is that for, like, Rook seems like for widower type or a widower type? As in, Rook is a widower, or Rook seems like he is for widowers? Pro-widower. Widower fucker. What's the... I need you to clarify for me. Thank you. Wow, I haven't dropped a single frame. Are we bringing our daughter or not? Can our daughter come to this fight? I don't want our daughter to come to this fight. I'm scared. What if she die? No, Alette. It's dangerous. Don't leave me alone, she says, tears in her eyes. It's difficult, but you drag yourself to the door of the Great Hall, resolute that you're making the best decision for her. No gender binary here. Widow for widow! You step into the town courtyard, where you can already see Dredge in every direction. Ivor starts banging his shield and swearing at them. We kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourself for a tough fight. Alright, let's go. Let's get fucked up. Sorry, I'm still eating nuts. I'm hungry, and this is the snack on my desk right now. Why? Okay. Okay, this is the default, like, layout that they put them in. Why did they put Eagle in front of Ivor? Let Ivor be right there. That just makes more sense. And then Odette needs to move back one, actually, I think. Ow, my whole rook. Got him. Oh, that could have gone a lot worse. Ivor is ready for promotion. Rook is ready for promotion. You have no problem getting the dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in the thick woods, where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Odaleaf is the first to spot them. There! She points to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble. Some people wounded, others are missing. Alette rushes to you, throwing her arms around your waist. You smile and hug her tightly. "Ed, please, don't do that again," she says. "Brave girl, this one," adds one of the women. Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't the chieftain. "Brave girl, this one," adds one of the women from Skoger. "Chieftain would have died without her." She points to the back of the caravan. You find Odaleaf beside her husband, who's laid out on a cart. "Old fool," she says. "Got himself a prize for trying to fight back." She shows you his deep gut wound, but he's alive. Nothing for it but to get to Frostverlair. You continue on in silence, Alette's hand in your own. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backwards to see the caravan stretch out past the point of safety. They've spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. "We've got to pull them together," says Ivor. "It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should be just ahead." Rally! You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child under your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onward. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. That's gorgeous. The art in this game is gorgeous. I love the way that they've done the trees with this, like, circle stamp. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the godstones of hold on. Hridvaldir. There we go. Something about having nuts in my mouth makes these words easier to pronounce. Please don't laugh at me. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. The chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? What if we run into more dredge? You're the dredge killer around here. Yeah, Navarro. They want to listen to someone who looks like them. What about Odaleaf? Let her, if that's easier for you. What if we run into more dredge? You mean when? I'll be honest with you, these men can't take on dredge by themselves. I'll expect we'll lose 2 for every slag we take down. So we run? Only if you want to lose women and children. We're going to have to fight, and there are going to be deaths. Gods be damned, why is this happening? Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge, as far as I can tell. Chats like this is why Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself staring over long, low hills covered in pine. The godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Hridvaldir looking the same direction as you. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings out of habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Hridvaldir was the god of hunters and wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I have to put on my child voice. Hold on. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down and it's time to move to Frostvalir. So it feels like an end more than a start. Bjork and Rune! This game sure does love hundreds of people walking. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill your supply wagons. An inherent fear of strangers rises mutters from the caravan. What are you doing out here alone? We were hunting for food when the dredge found a village, said the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. Fine. You'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely restocked. During a rest, one of the men got too drunk and ends up splashing meat on a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many thrown fists and a broken bone later, and the instigator, Raffensvarder, is tossed on the ground at your feet, angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is a little more than drooling mumbles. Tie him up until he dries out. Grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the sot. Few onlookers screw their scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostvalir with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. How's the arm, Egil? You find Egil just outside of camp, practicing his sword swings. Saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh, yeah, I'm great. Not great, considering everything that... I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now, but if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I want to let you know that I meant what I said before, about making sure nothing happens to Alette. You think about what to say. I've never seen a shield like that before. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. You're protective of Alette, huh? I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. How much do we want to give this kid the shotgun speech? Ivor thinks you're pretty good. Did he say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't have much else to do, and how many people get to train with Varl? It just seems like I could be of help to someone. That's what I want to be. I've never seen a shield like that before. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy. But I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time just getting used to lifting it. He raises it up to show you. I'm pretty good with it now. It's the only thing my father's I have left. And when my mother died, she gave it to me before she died. Rook jumped straight to shovel. You're protective of Alette, aren't you? Well, I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks turn bright red. Don't worry, she can take care of herself, too. I know, I didn't mean... Easy, Gil. I know what you meant. You think about what to say. I'm heading back to camp. Stay strong. I will... Oh, and if you need something, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay. I can tell. We're almost to Frostville, and then I guess we'll just keep heading this way because that's the road. Yeah, I guess so. A crude medallion made from the branch of a tree found above the godstone Hrivaldir carved with a curious rune. Plus 15% dodge strength. Took 20. There we go. You're only just outside the village when two men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many from the village wish to join you to Frostville. A third man, excluding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. Ugh. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True, you can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with reasonable people with Skoger. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs have appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. I don't know what scam this is this time, Hogan, but you two got choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I made a poor farmer. Settle this yourselves. Don't get involved. I won't kill men for defending their homes. Side with the villagers. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. Side with the brothers. Ivor steps forward. The thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Aletta is nowhere to be seen. Hi, Hogan. Hi, Mogan. This is the same guy twice. Victory! Odaleaf is ready to promote. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. You scan around anxiously for Olette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and soon you set out again. Olette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distant since leaving the village. When you stop for rest, Odaleaf approaches you both. Olette, I have something for you. Odaleaf has gathered up the long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Olette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that's happened since we left Skoger. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? I guess I'll have to find out later. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment while Olette unfurls the banner. Odaleaf has been teaching me how to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the stories of the families who have lived in Skoker throughout the years, just as it's done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here, but I'm kind of glad she isn't. A section of banner about your family is short, but Olette has been sewing in colorful designs. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all this. Dredge leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. They would have killed others. But how do you know which ones are bad? Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person. Please? Are you mad at me? No. I'm glad you don't want to. Let smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know, Dad. I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. Spend the rest of your time together sewing new verses into the banner. For better or for worse, the story of Skoger is your burden now. How are you doing, Odd? I'm alright. Oh, but I realized after I handed you the banner I probably gave the wrong impression. My husband's still in and out of consciousness. Doesn't look good. It's harder than I thought it would be, just not knowing. People tell me I'm a strong woman. It's funny, my father named me Odaleaf before I was even born. He wanted a boy so badly. Strong woman. What does that even mean? I never cared for the expression. Means you're going to be okay. People look up to you. Rook voice, you fight good. Ah. 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 If I feel nothing about my husband dying, people think I'm strong. If I cry because my insides feel like they're on fire, I'm weak. Why does that feel so backward? I'm sorry, Rook. It's been hard. You're not sure what to say. In the many years you've known the chieftain's wife, this is probably the most you've ever talked. You asked me to come find you. Yes, it's about the banner. I thought about it a long time. He asked me to give it to you if, something happened. Why me? He always depended on you, Rook. It should be mine. I could carry it. But I thought about why he named you. I get it. They won't follow a woman. Families would leave. Our banner would be divided. I think they would follow you. Come on, Rook. This isn't the time for pretend. It's not just about our small town. What happens the first time we need something from another clan? How will that go? The first time someone thinks they can take advantage of us. I think this is what has to happen. I rely on you. I'll be there when I can. Just don't expect any miracles. Listen, I know I dragged this out. The truth is, my husband and I could never have a child. I don't want our banner to end here. It'll be safe with you and Alette. I know you're going to take care of her. She puts a hand on your shoulder as she head back to camp. What goods do I have? Nothing. Okay. I do have Alette, though. I feel like it's a little redundant having Hogan and Mogan. They are identical. Also, I want Alette to come with us. We're going to take Mogan, because Mogan has the cool scar. But he needs to go in front of Rook, who needs to go in front of Odalive and Alette. There we go. It's 3 p.m. Microphone noises. Thanks, microphone. Whoops. I didn't even think about that. Oh no. Kills my own teammates, kills my own teammates, kills my own teammates. Sometimes you fuck up, okay? Yay, murder! We have good morale, we can go. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stopped to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. We recognize this place, one man says. Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. Then in luck, we'll find you again in less than a week. That's all you're taking, you may never make it, you say. Grabbing a few items from a supply wagon, you strap the additional provisions to their backs. Search for the family instead of food, you say with a smile. The men clasp wrists with you before departing. Complaints of Raftensvarder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled the snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly set the supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raftensvarder's leg before leading him to you. Punish him physically, ban him from drinking, prevent him from camping near others in the future. This man drinks nothing but water from now on. Raftensvarder groggily agrees, slurring his way through promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Raftensvarder manages to find another drink whether you'd allow it or not. Dredge! Shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raftensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering towards you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan. Go! Man's meager belongings and some food are thrown in a pile as everyone moves on. He's tied loosely to a tree. You expect he'll break his bonds eventually, once he sobers up. Please, I swear, he pleads with your back, finally realizing his plight. Whether the dredge were imagined or not, you don't expect to see him again.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellir now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against dredge as well.
With luck, they'll hold out against dredge as well. You jostle through pallid crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellir for days. The gates are closed. You come to stop at the bottom of the hill. This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Odali finds you amongst many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody's being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Blolker, Greyhorn, people from Vitra, all the nearby villages. The Dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostville has locked himself in the Great Hall. That's when they close the gates. When the Dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. We're getting in the walls somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in there. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go? I don't know what to do. With our whole caravan? South, but Sigerholm or Boersgard are so far away they may as well be horseborn lands. The Dredge are moving south. If we keep going west, we might get out of their path. Wormtoe is half as far as Sigerholm and full of Varl. And across the wastes, these people won't make it. I don't like any of these ideas. That's because they're all bad. There's no point in talking about leaving. We have to get in there. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Have you lost your mind, Rook? We're going to die out here. It would be a mistake to rush into this. Ivor roars in frustration, but soon settles himself on a patch of dirt and seems resigned to wait. Ivor puts himself in timeout. No one's at 4 yet, but I do want this. Take all of it. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden bloody space in front of the door, several pincushion bodies lied unclaimed as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the wall make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. Ivor, did you really expect to push these gates open? I'm willing to try, grunts Ivor, despite sizing up doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out. And when men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill him, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan. No, Ivor, buddy, we're not doing this. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Ivor folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. You spend an hour talking to different people who have all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there, too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. Eagle pulls you aside. It's following the outside of these walls, he says. And there's a water passage we could squeeze through, I think. Not the whole caravan, but a handful of us get inside we might open the gates. Take a peek. Oh, I'm not fitting through there, says Ivor, when you arrive at the narrow ducts. Go without me. Looks like it'll get you on top of the walls and then down to the gate where you can open it. Wait for us at the gate, Ivor. We'll be quick. When Eagle said water, you should have guessed runoff. Still, you manage to squeeze your way through tight stonework and force your way past an iron grate. You take stairs to the top of the walls. As you approach the gates, armed men take notice. They don't ask questions. didn't want to do this. Whoops. Hold on. Hold on, we have a save to load. That didn't happen. No one saw that. Leo. Ba-da-ba-da. Got him. Fucking got him. Oh, Leaf is ready for promotion, so is Eagle. And Mogan. Hogan is ouched, though. What in the depths are you doing? Letting ourselves in. I see that. I'm very impressed. But all those people you let in here, dead. All those women and children with you, dead. And thanks for killing the only ones holding this place together, Skull. What are you talking about? Man orders his guards to get the doors closed again before more refugees open. If I knew there were fighters and a Varl outside, I would have brought you in. I'm Echo, and I'm in charge here. You heard about the chieftain? We heard he's hiding out in the Great Hall. Oh, really? Think you mean hiding out in a grave? He's eating worms, if it wasn't clear. What happened in here? Soon as they heard Dredge would come, anyone who wouldn't sing an axe got one to the head. That's the story, anyway. These 3 clans in here warring over turf and food, and the worst are the godforsaken Varl. He eyes Ivor and shrugs with an exaggeration as if simply stating the obvious. We're in more danger here than out there. Look, I was in charge here before things went to crap. You've got some people who can fight. You've got your own Varl. That counts for something. I can keep you flock safe in the Great Hall. You fight for me, and take back Frostflair. I don't take sides. Too hard to tell when the good guys have become the bad. Fine, cut these sheep loose and watch your own asses. What do I care? All I want to do right now is get out of the damn streets. Think carefully about what you want. We'll fend for ourselves inside Frostflair. Feel Echo sizing you up on the spot, his hand hovering near his axe. He snorts through his nose, changing his mind. Good luck, then. Hope we don't meet again fighting for the same scraps. With the gates closed, Echo and his men disappeared in dark alleyways. Hope we know what we're doing. Making it up as we go, Ivor. Little did they sleep. Raven. Hagen, we're back. Oh, I'm not doing this, actually. You know what? I've been streaming for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I didn't plan to stream at all today. So you know what? We're gonna make it a short one, and I'm gonna go have lunch and, die, I guess. I don't know. Thanks for coming to my stream. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun. I like this game a lot. It's, a very good story. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah.